and shit. So now, if I get up and go to bed right now, that would just keep things rolling.
Oh no, you may go get into bed, but you're not going to bed because I would make so much ruckus and stuff going around here.
I'm under medication, prescribed medication. I can sleep.
So, honey.
Yes.
Let's really. I want to go back and talk about the word argument. Mm-hmm. If I heard you correctly, arguments are going to happen in a marriage.
Always.
And what's your recommended remedy for an argument?
Well, it depends on how much. I mean, what the argument is about, how heated each party is. You know, a lot of our arguments, you know, we argue, but yet and still, you know, we come together at any given moment. Like right now, you know, we could have
still function.
Yeah,
so we're functioning arguers.
Well, not so much as functioning arguers. We're still learning each other. And,
boy, after 10 years.
Yeah, you never know a person.
Speaking of 10 years, do you have something for me for our 10-year anniversary that's coming up?
I got a half a glass of water right here. So, do you want it half full or half empty?
Honey,
there will be no Christmas presents this year, except for the grandbabies.
You know, Christmas is in like 6 days. So when you gonna give me the money to go Christmas shopping for the grandkids? Oh, you know what? I think we just send them money.
We got toy gyrocopters and all that stuff inside the store.
Children don't want that stuff.
Well, they're gonna have to. It's not the gift; it's the thought that counts.
Boy, we are not giving our grandkids that stuff. No. Let me see. How many grandkids do we have?
We have 5. Joe has 3, and I got 2.
You have 2 kids?
2 grandkids. Joe has 3, 2 boys and a girl, and I have a boy and a girl.
You have JR. We have JR.
Wow.
And JR has
a boy and a girl.
Right.
Okay.
So don't call out Joe name and don't call out JR name.
So right.
You know, I don't play that. I don't play that.
There we go with that now. I mean,
with what?
Okay. 2, 1. Dun, 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 dun.
So here's what we want to tell you guys. Stop it. Here's what we want to. Here's what we want to remind you guys, that in your marriage you are going to argue.
Yes.
But you should grow from every argument.
Yes.
And you need
gray hair.
And you need not to let that argument fester and become a distraction in your marriage.
Exactly. You know, my great uncle, he told me, he said, you know, my wife and I, we never had a fight. We never not went to bed laying down next to each other when we had a disagreement. He said, but although we never had a fight and we always laid in bed, murder came up a couple of times. but we hung in there and stuck together. So, you know, arguments is going to happen. And it's just plain and simple, you know. That's because still and all, no matter how long you be with that person and that person be with you, they don't know you and fully 100%. No, you can't. You can't.
I think you can.
Well, I'm sorry, because there's things that I can do that you would never believe I would do it.
Oh yeah, I've experienced that.
And so you know that. So, but you experienced it. But how long ago was it that you experienced it?
I mean, I don't know. Time is time.
But how long were you with me until that time that you experienced it? Like old boy in Mifflinville. Had you ever seen me react that way?
I think in our 10-year period of time, over time, I have.
Oh yeah, Larry, huh?
Yeah. So I was trying not to go there, but I was trying not to go there, babe. But
we're gonna be honest and truthful and open.
Right, exactly, and that is true. I get what you're saying, because That's why they're called crimes of passion or whatever. Because sometimes in the heat of the moment, we step out of character. Right. So I can understand what you're saying, that, you know, we may not know of all of a person's tendencies, but I think as your wife, I know you.
Oh, yes, you know me. You know me very well.
You know, right, better than you know yourself.
Yeah, you know when to sit down and just... Just, hey, I'm gonna let this nut have it.
You know, so
and you know how to get away with it and everything. Like I said, and I'm sitting here looking at you. You can take me back to Houston, and I'm just looking at her. You ain't going nowhere. I'm under medication. And if I'm gonna drive, I'm not supposed to get in behind the wheel of no vehicle. So you just doing all of that for nothing.
I had forgot about that. Yeah. I forgot about all that. You know, I was just caught up in the moment.
And that's what happens.
Right. And that's what we want to encourage you. If you're gonna have a moment, let it be a moment of love. But it won't always be a moment of love. But when you recognize that you have done something that fell short of what your family vision is, or where it is that you are trying to grow to, own up to it. Go ahead and apologize.
And keep it pushing.
Listen, marriages work today because people work together. It's like a job. You know, your job do stuff that upset your job. Yes, it is more than a job. But the analogy I'm trying to make, honey, is that sometimes things happen on our jobs.
Right.
And, you know, more times than none, we don't go in and quit.
Right. Right.
So you wrapping it up?
No.
I heard you hit that. But that is coming to a close.
No. Keep it pushing.
No, we're going to bring this down to a close. They've already started the applause.
No.
Yes. So what's your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is this. If you guys argue and one of you gets so mad...
Can you have some life in your voice? Because you sound...
woman, right now, I done told you, and everybody else, I done mentioned this 3 or 4 doggone times. I done went to the emergency room. They gave me some prescription medicine, and I didn't want to do it, but I'm here doing it because I'm supporting you and us.
You better
and both of us. But yet and still, you know... If your argument's getting to a point where you feel like you want to be violent or you just want to scream and holler and tear up things, which that happens in a relationship. I'm not talking about ours. I'm talking about in a relationship.
If you want to be violent, you need some counseling.
To those who
those individuals who may be experiencing that.
Exactly.
That's unhealthy.
It's unhealthy, but yet and still, the counseling is what I was about to give.
Okay.
Which is, men, if your wife, which you know, they have a tendency of pushing buttons. They're good at pushing your buttons and making you mad. The best thing to do is walk away. Go outside. Let them be fussing.
Go outside.
Let them be fussing at the wall, the dog,
in the rain,
the flowers, and all of that, and then come back in and talk to them. But what you should never do is tear your stuff up. I have a family member that used to argue with his girlfriend, and he'd break all the plates and throw the forks and stuff away. What's
wrong with him?
Yeah, well, anger. You know,
y'all need anger management courses.
Used to have a real bad problem with anger, you know. But the thing of it is you got to work through it. You got to, if you really love that person, you have to.
You should be loving yourself.
Well, it's not about loving yourself.
Yes, because honey, if you can't love you can't love anybody else.
No, it ain't even about that. I love myself, but still in all, like I hate a lot of people. So you gonna tell
Mr. Tate,
what?
You hate them?
I hate a lot of people.
I'm gonna pray for you.
Prayers are good.
Okay, because you're not supposed to hate.
But I'm just being real.
You have a strong dislike, but you shouldn't hate.
Well, strong dislike. I can see them burning, and I won't.
Oh Lord!
I won't take a cup of water to put them out.
Oh Jesus! Okay, so as we bring this session to a close,
you see, you can't be scared to talk. If you're gonna do this, You can't be scared to be real.
I'm not scared to talk and scared to be real.
Then, I mean...
But you've already said that. You keep going on and on and on and on. If they was burning, I wouldn't bring them a cup of water. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. And I understand that. And I get all of that, honey. It's just that we... Are you praying?
I was yawning.
Oh, okay. That's the point I'm trying to get to. You still yawning?
I was praying that time.
Boy. Yes. Listen, we want to thank you for rolling with the Tates as we roll through life. This may not be your customary podcast when it comes to marriage, life, family, relationships. Because let me tell you something. We've gone through some things. We've been through some things.
We're going to go through some again and again and again.
You know, but at the end of the day, 12/31/18.
I'm going to end up probably sleeping so hard and be moving and everything. I might kick out the bed, y'all.
That is our 10-year anniversary. And we survived. And I'm the first person to say love brought us back. But we needed to have an element of forgiveness, mercy, grace. And it wasn't all Mr. Tate. You know, in one of our previous podcasts, he talks about how he got tricked by a big butt and a smile or something like that. You know, but when we initially got together, and we'll talk about this next week, I was in a state of grief that was, man, I can't even articulate it. But, you know, we worked through that situation, through that thing, and we still together. I love you, Mr. Tate.
I love you too, baby.
I'm in love with you, Mr. Tate.
I'm in love with you too, honey.
That's the best you can do right now?
If I didn't
okay.
Wait, no. I got a song. You want to hear it? Here you go. If I didn't care, I wouldn't be here anywhere. Why are you hitting all those buttons? Okay. Calm down.
All right. Honey, tell
Yes.
tell the nice people we'll see them next week.
We'll see you next week.
And until then, again,
MIC.
see you real soon. KEY. Why? Because we love you. MOUSE. Mickey Mouse. Donald Duck. Mickey Mouse.
We got to get this together. Look, I started this.
Okay, and I'm going to end it. You have been listening to Rolling with the Tates. TATE. Thank you for rolling with us as we roll through life. Please remember to like and share this podcast because this is the truth. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.